How do we find the formula for the volume of a pyramid? To help us figure out this formula, let's take a look at a pyramid and a prism that have the same shape of base. Here we have a triangular prism and a triangular pyramid. Let's find the relationship between this prism and this pyramid. That will help us find the formula for the volume of a pyramid. First, let's take a look at the bases of each of these solids. Well, here we have a triangular prism. So that means we have two identical triangular bases. One triangle base right here and one triangle base right here. If we look, we can see we have a base length of 4 inches and a height of 2 inches. Now what about this base? Here we have a triangular pyramid. So we have one triangle for the base. This triangle right here. And look at the measurements. They're the same as this prism. We have a base length of 4 inches and a height of 2 inches. Now take a look at the heights. They're the same as well. This prism has a height of 10 inches and this pyramid has a height of 10 inches. So this prism and this pyramid have the same measurements for their base and the same height. If we have a situation where we have a prism and a pyramid where the bases have the same measurement and we have the same height, that means that the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the volume of the prism. We can use that information to find the formula for the volume of the pyramid. Now, let's recall the formula for the volume of a prism, since the volume of the pyramid will be 1/3 the volume of the prism. To find the volume of a prism, we need to take B times H. B is the area of the base, and H is the height of the prism. Now, we said that the volume of this pyramid would be 1/3 of this volume here. So, to find this volume, we need to take 1/3 B times H. 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Hey, we now have a formula to find the volume of that pyramid. So let's take a look back at our measurements and find the volume for each one of these solids. Let's find the volume of our triangular pyramid first. Again, we need to take 1/3 the area of the base times the height of the pyramid. And since we have a triangular pyramid, that means our base is a triangle. And we know the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle can be found by taking 1/2 the base times the height. So we need to put in the area of a triangle in for this big B, the area of the base. And notice, we have two different heights. H1 is the height of our triangular base, and H2 is the height of the entire pyramid. Now we need to plug in these values into our formula. We have 1/3 times 1/2 times B, which is this length here, the length of the base, 4 inches. We multiply that by H1, the height of our triangular base, which is 2 inches. Then we multiply that by the height of the entire pyramid, 10 inches. Here, if we simplify, we get 1/3 times 40. If we take 1/3 times 40, we end up getting a repeating decimal. So let's round that to 2 decimal places. And here is what we get, 13.33 inches cubed. We need to remember to put our units cubed since we're working with volume. Now that we have the volume of our pyramid, let's take a look at the volume of our prism. Again, we need to take the area of the base times the height. And since we have a triangular prism, the area of our base is the area of a triangle, 1/2 the base times the height. So again, we have these variables. We plug in those values and simplify. We have 1/2 the length of the base, which is 4 inches, times the height of the base, which is 2 inches, times the height of the entire prism, 10 inches. When we simplify, we get 40. So the volume of this prism is 40 inches cubed. And look, if we take 40 and divide it by 3, we get 13.3 repeated, which we can round to 2 decimal places, and we get the volume of our triangular pyramid. So, the volume of our triangular pyramid is indeed 1/3 the volume of our prism. And we have also found the formula for the volume of a pyramid. This formula will work for any pyramid. B is the area of the base, and H is the height of the pyramid. In order to apply this formula to any pyramid, you need to figure out the shape of your base. Then put in the area of the base in for B. Then take 1/3 times the area of the base times the height of the pyramid, and that will give you the volume of your pyramid.